And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Ow!
Raina, no, your arm.
Are we flailing again? Is this what's happening?
Yeah.
Yep, and Raina injured themselves.
Yeah.
Whatever
Future
happens
outside
to him at
movements
this point,
inside.
chat, this is their fault. So, when we last left our heroes, leaving the garden of the bloomed countess, our heroes returned to the material plane with the elder of the Nycters, Granddad, in tow. As they traveled back to the village, they learned more of Grimoire's parents, Mars and Bier, and their tragic story. That an otherwise normal picnic cost him his mother's life. That his father became obsessed with bringing her back. And when he was unable to find the answers among the Nycters, he and the young baby Grimoire left, never to return. After saying goodbye to Granddad and the Nycters, the party returned to the temple to obtain passage to the cavern above, a place Granddad believed was the source of the ooze. Upon arriving, our heroes faced against a mighty bastion filled with black-armored warriors. In an attempt to infiltrate, the party used their rings of disguise to bring forth the illusionary veil projecting the image of the replica armor. Headed proper towards the entrance, the party was stopped by 2 guards. And things were going well, sort of, before Basil was tripped on what seemed to be a password or a saying amongst the black-armored individuals. Then all hell broke loose. V attempted to persuade the guards with a bit of magic charm. However, the guards' keen sense easily saw through her magics. As the archers lined the walls, Basil, as a last-ditch effort, produced his black book. Based on the guards' reactions, this was a well-known artifact amongst them. Basil attempted once again to persuade them, calling for their mistress. However, not as dumb as typical doorstop guards, they refused entrance until all weapons were laid on the ground. And as Scrump attempted to remove his bag, a number of his mysterious potions spilled out. The effects bizarre and troublesome as he, Basil, and V were all turned to stone. Without any options and thoroughly outmatched, the remaining companions put down their weapons and were taken into captivity. Our heroes were tossed in a cell in the recesses of the stronghold to await the mistress's arrival. And while much seemed lost, from the darkness of the cell, a light of hope in the face of an old friend. Chained to the walls, the great Captain Jed, not seen by the party since their last time in the astral plane. And he indicated that there was much for them to speak about. And so, our story continues. As Jed bends over, still thoroughly in disarray, he looks up towards you, V. Like I said, V, we got a lot to talk about. And I'm worried we might not have enough time.
Well, let's get talking. What do we need to talk about? You lead.
Well, first and foremost, these people are crazy. They're calling
Yes.
themselves the Children of the Hatchet. I mean, what kind of dumb name is that? I've never heard such stupid thing, man. How are you going to run around worshipping a butcher and you call yourselves Hatchet? I mean, they could have called themselves Children of the Cleaver. They could have called themselves the Children of the Meat Hook. Hell, they could have just called themselves Butcher Boys. It's kind of cliche, but it's better than Hatchet.
Hatchets can't have children. I agree. It's dumb.
I like the green guy. Where's Grimoire?
Grimoire is unfortunately no longer with us.
Oh, well, shoot. I'm sorry to hear that, guys.
Yes, one of the ooze things. We ended up unprepared fighting one of them, and it took his life. And we came here not only hoping to get rid of the ooze situation here, but also we found Grimoire's people. They live below this stronghold.
Right below here?
Yes, and the ooze or whatnot is leaking down and causing issues with the crops and their life. So we came here to try and stop it, but well, chaos happened, and now we're here with you.
Yeah, that tracks with y'all, folk. Well, regardless, we need to talk about what we're facing right now. I don't know much about this ooze thing. I heard that a lot around here, but I'm really not sure what that's all about. Anyway, y'all, you have to... I don't know. You got to get out of here. We have to get you out of here in some way, shape, or form. They're looking for y'all. They've been asking me about it. They've been hammering on me all week. Well, maybe a little bit more than a week. We got to get you the fuck out of here. They know about Oxy. They've been talking about her the entire time. Y'all remember when we were back in the astral plane fighting that Captain Ajax fella? And then
Right.
Oksana bled on the ground, and then it turned all crazy, and it was all pink underneath her, and it kind of wavered a little bit. It wasn't really ground. It was more like a tongue than a ground itself. I don't know. He turns towards Oxy.
I remember.
Was he there?
No, it's fine. Scrump is our new friend, and sometimes he feels a little left out, so we just go with it.
Oh, we were like on a plane, and then the elephants came down, and then Scrumpy came along. He saved the day. Now, you guys, you remember. You look back.
I see.
Yes.
He's one of those special ones. Listen.
Thank you.
He turns to Oksana. Oxy, there's something inside you. And that chick, the Herald chick, she's been talking about it for a while. I think she's been looking for it for a long time. As Oksana kind of gives a bewildered and befuddled look.
What does she want with the blood? Do you know? Or Oksana specifically? I'm assuming it's her blood.
Well, there's something about her that... I don't know, V. I don't know. They've been talking a lot about a butcher fella.
Butcher. It's weird. The children of the hatchet, a butcher. Butcher of what?
I think it might be like their god or something.
Does that sound familiar to me for a reason?
I don't know. Does that sound familiar to you for a reason?
Oh, fuck. Guys, do we remember this? Butcher from when we were in the astral plane. Does anyone remember? Motherfucker.
Nope.
All right.
Not from the astral plane. I was going to say, it could be another name that they're using for Tukor the Mad Fuhrer.
I don't know who this two-core fella is. But Basil, I'm glad you brought something out. They've been looking for you too, man. She been talking about that little black book of yours nonstop. That it's, she keeps calling it like a battery or a power source or something. She keeps referring to it as the brother book. I don't know what that means, but I mean, that's a pretty good name. That's better than the Children of the Hatchet. That's a dumb name.
That is a dumb name.
Damn name.
So were they after... Sorry, did they know who I was, or did they know about the book?
Well, they didn't reference really anyone by name. They know what y'all look like.
Oh, okay.
And they do know about your book.
Right.
She keeps going on and on about recreating history or something. I don't know how you're supposed to do that with the record of what history looks like. I mean, maybe if she's doing like a diorama or like a tapestry or something. I mean, you could recreate history that way, I guess.
Well, that sounds very timey-wimey, which I know we were trying to avoid alluding to with this. You know, we were talking about that scroll. Sorry, I moved away from my mic. I'm adjusting to a new mic. Fuck. I won't move. V's awkwardly frozen and stiff today for some reason. Yes, we know that they are looking for a scroll, or someone is looking for a scroll, or higher ups are looking for a scroll that has something to do with youth or time, in terms of like turning back time for youth purposes makes me worried that you're talking about changing history.
She didn't say change in history. She kept on saying, what's she saying? Recreate in history? Bringing back something that's past?
That's weird.
Resurrection?
No, I think what Jed might be alluding to was an age when the sympaths were alive and around. If their goal is indeed to collect the books, I think with what Jed's saying here, it might be safe to assume that she intends to unleash every one of the books, much like the Nightmare King intends to do for himself.
Who's the Nightmare King? You know what? Don't worry about it. It's probably a long story.
Super long story.
Pretty easy, King of Nightmares.
Man, green guy wraps things up nicely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the name.
King of the book that Basil has. He's probably this is probably why they say brother, because he's technically the brother of the Crimson book.
Is he the butcher?
Who?
I don't know, this Nightmare King guy. They keep talking about the beautiful butcher. The beautiful butcher.
The beautiful butcher.
Yeah, I mean, you heard them say it. They say it to each other all the time. Blessed be the harvest. May the beautiful butcher's culling be profitable.
What?
I say profitable.
Hold on. Blessed be the harvest. Hold on, our note taker is
Could
in
you
here.
repeat that? Just spell it out. Really make sure we heard it.
Yeah, you say it. You hear? They say it all the time around here. Blessed be the harvest. Yeah. What was it again?
Right.
Something about
Plentiful?
May the plentiful. That's the word. May the beautiful butcher's culling be plentiful. That's what it. Basil, you're the smartest guy I know, man.
Culling be plentiful. All right. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Right. Well,
Okay.
All right, well, in which case that's simply the passcode, and not a reference to... Okay. Well, I think what Jet's saying is indeed correct. We need to get out of here, and get out of here soon. The question is, well, how do we go about it?
Oh, one other thing. I forgot to mention. I'm sorry, Basil. There was one other thing. It's not you guys all that she's looking for right now. You're actually not the first prisoners that have come down here so far. They occasionally bring other captives in here as well. Most of them are knocked out or beaten up or even too scared to speak at that point in time. They don't last long, though. They maybe a couple hours at most before they move them again. It's like they're stopping them over here for a moment. There's one that hung around a little bit longer, though, and I did get some information out of her. Said she was some part of an order dedicated to storms or something? Or heavy winds? No, I don't remember. She said her name was Saint Alma.
Saint Alma.
Yeah. Order of the storms. Or the winds.
Does that sound familiar to V from any of her lore or anything like that from being on a ship?
Make a history check for me.
All right. Oh, I rolled a 19, and history is +1, so dirty 20.
Okay. So I would say, given the fact that you're from an airship, there was probably be individuals that, if they have any faith in regards to that, you would recognize it loosely as the Order of the Tempest. From that, there might have been word of the Saint, which again is the representation of the gods, because there are no gods in the setting. She is like Saint Alma would be the highest level of the order itself.
V will just say she sounds familiar, and relay the information that you just said.
She was saying that there was some jacked up kids, super powered, and they had some weird gadgets with them. Took out all of her guards and then knocked her out before dragging her down here.
What gadgets?
I don't know, like gadgets, like weird weapons, not like swords and arrows and axes, like weird stuff.
Right. And where is she now?
I don't know. She said she needed to get some rest. When I woke up the next day, she was gone.
What have they said that they were going to do with you, Jed?
They haven't really told me much. They've been asking me lots of questions about y'all. I didn't tell them nothing. Don't worry. Well, as you can see, and he kind of points to his body, still mostly scarred and cut.
I'm sorry, Jed, that we caused you all this pain just for knowing us. We tend to have that effect on people around us.
Hey, man, what are friends for? You can't trust them. Who are you going to trust?
Ghostbusters. Sorry.
There's ghosts?
I know. You just said it with such a ring. Jed, I'm curious. Do you know of where this big mechanical contraption could be in here? Have they talked about that? About producing ooze? Do you know where it could be?
I don't know where. They've kept me pretty limited in terms of where I can go. But, and he points up to the northeastern side of the room. Every once in a while, there's a weird humming noise that comes from that way. Real loud,
Right.
too.
All right. The other thing is, really good news, Jed. We have these amazing rings that can get us out of here, hopefully, assuming there's no magical wonky interference. If they work as they are intended, we can be where our little house thing is. Problem is, we have an extra ring that was meant for Grimoire, but we're unsure if it will work for you.
All right, well, what do we have to do?
Well, Oksana, because Oksana took all the Grimoire's possession, Oksana, can you give him the ring? And maybe, Jed, you can try to attune to it. There's an attunement to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to get familiar with it. And then hopefully, if we need to use it, which we most likely will to get out of here, hopefully you can come with us.
All right, I'll give it a try. Oksana reaches into her pouch, fumbling around for a moment before finding the ring. As she hands it over to Jed. Now, technically speaking, whether Grimoire received the ring and you guys received the additional enchantments when you were back at the lodge. So, because I like the idea, I am going to say we'll do a high or low.
Who's calling it?
Oh yeah, I guess I should do that. V, you call it.
Oh my god, no. Oh man. Oh, well, I always go high. So
Always
gotta go
high.
high.
Jed takes the ring and places it on his finger. He kind of looks at it and twists it around his finger. I mean, am I supposed to feel something? Is it supposed to just... How would I know it's bonded? Or what'd you say? Attuned?
I don't know. Do we, as I don't even know, as like a character, do you feel when you're finally attuned to something, or it's a question for the DM? You don't know?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I've never asked myself that question until now.
Yes, I don't know.
I would assume it's more like the familiarity to it, like it just becomes a part of you, like it's attuning to you. So once it becomes like a part of you, you just understand what it does. Once you get that clarity, then you're attuned. That's how I have always assumed.
You can use it.
Well, it feels weird. I mean, it's going to take... I never worn jewelry before.
Well, just, I think it... I don't want to say this and put that out into the universe. The universe is always listening, but it might take a little longer than a minute. So, I don't know. You'll probably know. One of those things. You'll just know.
All right. I'm going to keep twisting it.
Do that.
See if that works.
Well, I suppose, actually, you could try to use it now to change your appearance. Then we would know it's working.
How do I do that?
Tell it with your mind. Touch it and tell it, I guess, with your mind. And imagine what you want to look like. It will be an illusion, so nothing too crazy outside of what you already do look like.
Did she get crazy? Was she saying touch it with my mind?
I think she's just, I think we're just we're kind of in a desperate situation here. Jed, could you close your eyes?
All right.
All right, take a deep breath. I want you to take a moment and just feel the world around you. Feel the air washing over your body, passing over your skin. Just be present in the moment now. Now, I want you to, in your mind, focus on the finger that is wearing the ring. Use your hand and reach out and touch it, both with your finger and with your thoughts. Now, as you place your mind there, I want you to start imagining a set of clothes, perhaps something you've worn in your childhood or in your travels. I want you to imagine it vividly in your mind, and I want you to hold on to that thought.
Right.
Then, I want you to imagine yourself in these clothes. Bring it to the forefront of your thoughts. You are wearing these clothes right now. You woke up this morning, and this is where you've placed them on your person. Focus, Jed.
I'm focused, but I gotta say, it took you and V a long time just to tell me to think about different clothes to wear.
Basil took a long time.
I was very focused,
specific.
V.
I was... Do not break his concentration.
Yeah, don't break my concentration. What Basil said. He's so smart, man. What kind of clothes do I... What should I think about, guys?
Oh my
I
gosh.
wanted this to make it go quicker. It's not helpful.
Think of the clothes
Hey,
you're wearing back
do you
on
want
the
some
pirate
advice
ship.
from Scrump?
Look,
Think of
sorry,
your old
Matt, go.
clothes back on the
Go
pirate
ahead.
ship, something you're very familiar with.
Yeah, no, but I got this opportunity. Like, should I go with a blue instead? Maybe a red?
Yes, blue sounds perfectly. We're on a timetable here, so
Which?
think of something.
Red or blue?
Blue.
Okay.
Maybe like a soft blue. You don't want to pick a too harsh of a
I
blue.
was thinking cobalt blue. Or maybe like a deep navy.
Jed, it's important that you think fast because the Crimson Lady is coming.
I'm trying to concentrate. Okay.
Look, stress is not going to help anyone out.
Go
with your favorite blue.
Yeah. My favorite blue? Oh, man.
What's your favorite blue?
Basil!
I'll get the color palette. We can sit here and compare. It's in here somewhere. You see Scrub pulls out just like a
All
little
right, hold on. I got one. I got one. Is lilac blue?
Lilac? Yeah, it's a little off blue. Most think it's sort of purple. Funny thing,
like that color.
it's really about how the light hits your eye and then makes it look purple. But really, the pigment is more in the blue region.
All right, I'm going to go with lilac. I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You watch as Jed closes his eyes and takes a deep breath in. Is it working?
Definitely pooping.
Is it working? Is it working, Dave?
It is not working.
Yeah, you're the one who tells us.
No, Jed, I think
Alright.
I think you may need a little more time with it, so we'll stall a little. All right.
All right.
Just
I'll
keep
twisting it.
focusing on it. Yes, do that.
You know what? I didn't really like the lilac. That was a bad idea. I'll think of something better. I mean, it's okay. I was thinking like more of like
All right.
a powder blue or maybe sapphire blue.
Oh,
Okay, if I could give some advice here, Scrump he's gone through a lot of items. They usually explode. Look at the ring. Ask yourself, is it a ring? And then look at your finger. Ask yourself, is it my finger? And then put the ring on your finger.
All right. It is a ring. Oksana just handed it to me. It is a ring. And I do have a
That's
finger.
confirmed. Right? Okay. Now what next?
And I put it on my finger. I just did that.
You did it. You got it. You did it, every. Let's go.
All right. Green guy, what'd you say your name was, Green guy?
I'm Scrump. Nice to meet you.
Nice
I
to meet you.
noticed
I'm
that
Jed.
you ate the last of my food.
Well, yeah, you offered it to me.
I have regrets about that.
That's okay. We'll get you some more stuff if we live.
Okay.
yes, about living. So, I think. What do you think, Jed? Do you think what are our chances are sneaking out of this cell?
I mean,
Are the guards that pass by regularly? Like, what's the deal here in the surrounding area around us?
from what I know, they post up out front. Otherwise, they pretty much leave you alone down here, unless they're bringing someone down there or they're coming down to beat you. Other than that, there's not much that happens down here.
All right, V will just start going over to the cell, and I know that she looked at it the previous episode. It was pretty complicated. Now she has thieves' tools from Scrum, so she's gonna
You got
try
it.
her best to unlock it and see if she can figure it out, while the rest debate.
Okay?
What do you mean debate?
I don't know, Basil. Don't you think we should come up with a plan of what we're going to do? Are we just going to dip out? Are we going to sit here and wait for Jed to attune? Are we going to try and destroy the ooze thing? What are we going to do?
But if you can get the door open, we know we still got some more charges on the ring. We can then transport ourselves or transform ourselves into the guards again. Now that we possibly have the total password, we can act as if we're doing a prisoner transfer. If Jed cannot turn, we'll just act like we're transferring to another part. That'll at least get us through the door. From there, who knows?
But that involves us getting through the door.
Well, we have the password, supposedly. So it's better than just standing here and waiting for them to come to us. Any objections on at least that part of the plan?
I have another suggestion that just came to my mind. Scrump, you were talking about you had bombs to blow up the lucrums.
Not like on my person.
Oh,
I
that's too
just don't
bad.
carry dangerous explosives around with me. That'd be dangerous. I'm a very safe potion maker.
Right. Well,
One day
that's
I'm going to
crap.
pick you up and just shake you till you stop making sense.
That would be fun.
I was hoping that maybe we could find this contraption that creates the ooze and we just blow it up and
Well,
dip.
I mean, if we look at what I got on me, we'll look through here now. I got 2 vials of this acid that we didn't really use. He just kind of throws it up in the corner. And then I got some more potions. 2 of these will make people fly for 10 minutes. That's fun. And that's about it. The rest are pretty much just little firecrackers and things.
You do
So
happen
we're
to
gonna need
find
to buy
one
some.
extra potion in there that you're really not sure what it does, Scrum.
Oh, cool. This is either hair growth or more centaurs.
Great. All right.
That's all.
Jed, I don't suppose you have a way out of here.
V, I've been stuck down
Is he
here
doing
for days.
Listen, I
Where
just
am I
thought
gonna
I would
go?
ask. I don't know. Where's your ship? Where
Does
did
it
it go?
look like I'm a ship down here, V? Do you
I
see
I
a ship?
don't
Is it
A
good?
know.
smaller ship down in the cell with me. Do you think they shrunk? down my ship and said,
No.
hey, you know what? We're going to put, better yet, let's put it right beside the window where...
No.
So how's that door coming?
They may have parked it though, but yes, V's working on the door.
Are you?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
All right. So, and I realized I should be faithful because I got a dark heart at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, you did too. You're very nervous while all of this is happening.
Yeah. Do I have temptation dice?
There are 2.
Okay,
How'd it
Anna
go?
hold
Christoph
on.
just
Good?
gave us one.
So, all right. So here's the sitch. My low roll is a 3. My sleight of hand is +9. So that brings me to a 12. And if I roll is temptation dice a d6? I'm so sorry.
It is.
All right. I will take one. 6. So that's, what I say, 12 + 6, so 18.
Sorry, what did you get?
18.
18. Okay.
Are you laughing, Swiss? Let's see.
I'm-
Let's
The
see
nerves
you
went
open
up.
this.
No, I'm like, I have 18 and we're just so tense about it. And Dave's
What?
like, what do you get?
A 3. Yeah. Okay.
As V stands by the lock, pulling out the thieves' tools gifted to her by Scrump, she continues to pick at the lock while continuing to semi-argue back and forth with Jed. The conversation throws you off a little bit, but not enough to take away your ability, taught to you by Grimoire, as you feel a familiar click. You'd go to test the door and begin to push it open. The door swings on its hinges as it suddenly pushes open. As it swings back against the cell, not very harshly in any way, as the metal hits metal, you hear a small clank, followed by a bizarre reverb.
Oh, come on.
Then another. And another. You take notes. The sound does not come from the door, but from the staircase.
Oh my god.
From the bottom of the archway, you watch as 2 individuals suddenly appear. The first, a massive Goliath of an individual, taller than Oksana, and wider by almost double, wearing full black armor. His helm protruding what look like massive spiked horns that reach out to the front. Beside him stands what looks to be a relatively frail individual. Very thin, also wearing black armor. You immediately realize that this individual is not frail, just smaller. As if you look at the contours and curvatures, you deduce that this is most likely a woman. You see small links hanging off from her armor in various places, with large hooks, seemingly worn as almost a jewelry. Her helm very tall and pointed, and strangely enough, what looks like a giant slug that seems to rest on her shoulders. The 2 continue on down the stairs and into the cell room proper. And directly behind them, what looks like a warrior standing in crimson armor.
Fuck off.
All right.
Bye.
Question: have they, when you say they entered the cell proper, do they have a line of sight to our cell?
At this point, unfortunately, they do.
Damn. Okay.
As they all begin to make their way over to the doorway.
All right. I'm just going to do this to try and buy a little bit of time more than anything else. But Basil is going to create, basically push everyone against the back wall of the cell and create an illusion of that back wall, similar to the way that we did in the god body with the fake wall. He's just going to try and do that just until we can decide what to do. Just create that look that the room is empty.
Okay. As
I'm literally gonna watch you do that.
reach for your book, you begin to cast the incantation. And just as you're about to finish, the rest of you watch as the strange slug on the woman's shoulder suddenly peeks up. As you cast the spell, you watch as the illusion now overtakes you directly in front of you. However, you feel a tug as the strange creature begins to breathe in harshly. As it does, it pulls away the illusion. Like vacuuming ink off of the ground. It opens its mouth wide and seemingly ingests the spell.
All right. Basil turns to the others. She has something that is devouring magic. If we want to leave and use these rings, we may have to do it right now.
The woman approaches the door as all of you stand against the back wall. She continues to pet the strange creature on her shoulder. Blessed be the harvest to all of you. Welcome, divine guests. My mistress has been waiting for your arrival for so long. It seems the bait was perfect, mistress. You are so wise.
I think we're just stupid, to be honest.
It is never stupid to want to help our friends. And if this was a trap with the Nectar's lives as bait, then I would have taken that chance every single time.
I am known as Fane, Lady of Chains.
Lady of Chains.
Some sort of warden, I presume, of this fine establishment.
You could say something like that. Looking over at Jed, you can see, although he does his best to cover it up, you can still see the fear in his eye looking at this woman. It seems my mistress, the great Crimson Herald, has been blessed this day by the good butcher. Not only does she find the one she so seeks, but the Black Book as well.
Motherfucker.
It was wonderful for you to present it to us at the door. Thank you.
I mean, if you wanted to thank us, we could use some dinner.
Dinner will be served shortly.
Ah, good. You hear that, guys? That's pretty cool. All right.
You. And she points to Basil. Here. And she points in front of her.
Basil will step forward and I would like to make a sleight of hand check if I could.
What are you attempting to do?
I will attempt to slip the black book into V's possession.
I will assist as much as I can with that.
They are watching you intently right now. I'm going to say go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
Yep.
Totally fair.
Okay, that's not bad.
Come on.
Does that cancel out the assisting though? If
Well,
It's really hard. Like,
how do you plan on helping him without being seen?
I think if I were V, I would hopefully have sort of an idea that this is about to happen because she's, very pickpockety. So, I think she would notice that he's about to try and pass something off. And she would try and distract while the transaction is like sleight of hand magic tricks, right? So I don't know, she would probably try and draw her dagger off of her, let's say Basil on the right side. She'll try and draw her dagger to bring the attention to the dagger that's in her left hand to make it seem like she's going to do something crazy. But then also take the book, I guess, and try and hide it.
Okay, fair enough. As you attempt to do this, go ahead and first make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that was garbage. Dex saving throw is 16.
16. You attempt to reach for your dagger as you pull it up into the air in somewhat of a threatening manner. In a moment's notice, suddenly a chain appears directly from the center of the armored woman's chest. As it reaches forward, it grapples onto your wrist. As it pulls the hook directly through between the two bones, you watch as blood now spurting out as it pulls you forward, scraping some of your skin along with it.
Ow.
You take 4 points of piercing damage.
All right. Do I successfully get the book, though?
I will say
No.
that Basil can roll it at advantage just do a straight roll.
well, no, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a dirty 20 on that roll.
Dirty 20. You slip the book to V. What are you doing?
I will walk to where she indicated.
Okay. Walking forward, she looks you up and down and gives a little bit of a flourish with her hands. You can tell there's a malicious smile underneath that helm. As she does, you watch as chains begin to wrap around you, loosely at this point, hovering almost. I think you know what we want.
I do.
And
But
it is in your best interest to hand it over.
I intend to. But I'll have you know, I have no intention of handing it over to the likes of you. As your mistress has their master, I have mine. And I refuse, like I did at the front door, to hand it to anyone other than those who are allied with those greater than your station.
Greater than my mistress's station.
No, yours. Your mistress is who I'm here to see, not the hired help.
She turns back towards the Crimson Warriors, who gives a bit of a nod. Immediately, the large brute makes his way over to you, grabbing you by the throat and hoisting you up into the air. You can feel the air clogging in your throat at this point in time, as you scramble for breath. You have my mistress's attention. I'd speak quickly.
Sorry, is the big brute the mistress?
No. There is the brute, there is the Lady of Chains, and then directly behind them is the Crimson Herald.
She's just been standing there.
Oh, right. Sorry. When you said the Crimson Herald, I presumed herald of said mistress. Oh. I'm gonna try and maintain my composure, but still choking and grasping for breath. He says, as Basil sort of chokes out that, let me pull this up here. Basil grasps for breath and he chokes up and he says, Elska wants the same. He seeks freedom. For Tukor and the others, he has sent me here to do the same and help. I will only help those who I deem worthy of my master's attention. And you have proven that you are more than capable, but you can't do this alone.
The two now look back at the Crimson Herald. She gives another nod. As the brute puts you down, as soon as your feet hit the ground, you feel the tightening of chains now wrapping around your entire body. Seems you do have some use for the mistress after all. She turns back towards the cell. And you. She points at Oksana. Oksana looks to the rest of you. It's all right. I'll be fine. As she too walks out of the cell. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Well, mistress, I don't believe there's any other real use that we have for them. As you were saying, dinner. Of course.
Oh, cool.
Without any use for the rest of you. Well, I'm sure the Oblex will be hungry.
Oh, wait. No, you mean we're dinner? No. See, you're missing out on all the uses that Scrump has around here. He could do all kinds of things. Now, I'm pretty good at potions, and I can do a lot of cooking. Now, let me tell you, though, I'm going to need some of my assistance, like that one over there. I point to Sicarius.
Roll a dexterity saving throw for me with disadvantage.
This whole thing is mean, man.
All right. 7 plus a 3, so I got a 10.
As you continue to ramble on at this point, the warden seems to have had enough as she unleashes once again another chain. It wildly flies out towards you as it hits you directly on the side of the face. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah!
Quiet. The rest of you will remain here until we see fit otherwise.
Where are you taking them?
They turn and begin to walk away. However, the Crimson Herald stops for a moment, seemingly looking over her shoulder. She looks back towards the cage and then points towards Sicarius.
Oh, fuck.
And him. The door
that's
opens
my assistant. I
once
should
more.
go too, then.
The door opens once more. Sicarius?
All right, Sicarius will go.
Oh God.
Okay.
Sicarius.
Can I attempt to go with Sicarius? I just, on the guise of be like, yeah, that's my assistant. Where he goes, I go. I'll just try to walk out the cage.
Okay.
See if she lets me.
Sure.
If there's no way we can take them here, we must go.
What's your AC, Scrump?
17, but I can use shield as action. That counts.
Okay. Go ahead and either make what if you use shields. Well, technically they do have a spell eater with them, so that wouldn't work.
That's
so, either go ahead and make an athletics check or an acrobatics check for me.
With a +3, it's a 15.
15. As you continue to walk out the door beside Sicarius, you're immediately met with a hand directly in the center of your chest, almost as large as your chest entirely. You feel the force of the brute as it hits your chest. It immediately plunges down to the ground, smashing you into the ground. You all watch as bits of the concrete crack under the weight. Scrump, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage. He picks you back up directly off the ground and flings you back into the cell before closing the door.
All right, but the Union's not going to be happy.
You watch as chains now appear directly around Sicarius and Oksana as they wrap around them tightly, the same as Basil. As you watch as your friends and companions are led up the staircase.
We'll be back. Don't worry.
But will we still be here? That's the question.
Now we're going to dinner.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You guys, I forgot all about the ring.
Does it work now?
I don't know. I was a little worried there for a minute. I might have piddled a bit. I'm not proud of it.
Well, try and change into something else. See if it works.
All right, all right. He continues to concentrate, but it doesn't seem enough time has passed.
All right, not yet, Jed, not yet. The good news is, Jed, Tristan, Scrump, I and V will sort of give them a shot that she has the book. I was able to take it from Basil before he left.
Nice, you stole it from him? High five.
No, Basil secretly gave it to me. That's why That's why I distracted them. So what are we going to do? Should we leave? Should we go try and capture them? Should we? What do we do?
Well,
Capture who?
What?
you mean free them, not capture them.
Yes. Sorry.
Wow.
What do you think
I
about
don't
your
think we're in a
friends?
position to capture anybody.
Yes.
Yes, free them. Sneak after them and find out what's going on. V goes to check the door and see if it's relocked or something, or if they just closed it, or what the new situation is.
It doesn't seem they've changed the lock in any way, but they have captured, sorry, I read something in chat. My bad. They have relocked it at this point. God damn it, OG.
Relocked it.
They captured the lock.
They captured the lock.
All right, so it's relocked. This is what the fuck? I don't know what to
Take a
do.
breath. Scrump's gonna go up to V and he's gonna jump up on her. So he's got shoulders on one hand and his feet are on her belly. He's gonna be like, stop it, take a breath, hold on to yourself, come on, focus.
All right, you're right for once. You are right for once. I'm panicking because Basil is gone. Oksana is gone, and Sicarius is gone, and they have the book. Well, the scroll thing, whatever. The Blooming Countess. They have
Look,
that.
it's not our problem if they're going to miss supper, but we should probably try to get out of here. I don't know if what they're feeding I'll like. I don't want to be rude and have to spit it into a napkin, and then they're like, "Oh, Scrump, you didn't eat the supper."
Okay. All right.
Let's get out of here. You still got the tools. We could just
All
open the
right.
door and
All
see
right.
if we can work our way out. We got your friend Jed. Hey, Jed, you want to come out of here?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind leaving this place.
Yeah, see, Jed wants to go too.
Are we
All right.
leaving or are we going
Was there
after
really a
them?
question of leaving me here?
No, I think we're talking about leaving the cell, not you. We're
Oh.
going to take you for sure. That's why we're stalling, because we could use our rings and get out of here, but we want to wait and make sure that you'll be able
Why
to
didn't
get
we
out
do that
too.
before they came?
Do what?
I don't know. Get out of here. Teleport. Do the thing. Do whatever the hell you had planned.
You
Because
can't
you can't.
teleport yet. You can't.
Oh, that's what the ring for. Why y'all telling me to
Yes.
put on fancy clothes then? You should have been like, Jed,
I don't
this is
care.
really important. Focusing on teleporting. Y'all telling me about clothes?
Jed, this is really
Sure.
important. You need to focus on teleporting.
Well,
But somewhere safe.
now I'm a little upset.
Yes.
I don't know if I can concentrate that quick.
All right, fine. Okay, I don't think it's working yet anyways, because it does take some time to get used to the item. So we may just need to stall. So, that's, yes. Sicarius
Good
spoke in
enough.
my mind. Just kidding, it was our group chat. The rings the rings only go to our house. So Jed, when it works, because I have faith that it will work, you'll be teleported with us to our new house. All right?
All right.
All right. Okay, V's gonna try and unlock the door.
Okay.
This is so bad, guys. This is so bad.
I will say, considering you've already unlocked it once, you can use advantage on this one.
Alrighty. 18 plus 9 is 17. No, 27. So sorry.
18
I'm so
plus
bad at
9
math.
is less than... Got it. Fair.
Hey, kids,
Uh-huh.
mental math. Something that you don't think you need until you're on the internet in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I didn't
also,
carry
don't do
the
drugs.
one. Okay. All
The
right.
more you know.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Again, you fiddle with the lock on the door for a few moments before you hear a familiar click. Basil, Oksana, and Sicarius. You're led up a staircase, one you're familiar with at this point. You continue to be marched down a hallway. Directly in front, leading the way, is the Lady of Chains, while behind you, flanked, the Crimson Heralds and the Brute. The three of you walk in what seem to be a tight group. You walk for a short period of time before you stop at what looks like an otherwise unimportant door. The Lady of Chains pulls out a key, turns it, and opens the door. She looks to the Brute and gestures towards Sicarius. Him, in there. The Brute immediately grabs you and shoves you through the doorway. You hear the sound of the door close behind you as it locks. And you hear the muffled sound of the woman say to the Brute, "Stand guard. We don't want him going anywhere." Looking around, you find yourself in a very small, dark, and cramped room. Barely enough room to move around in. Aside from the door, there are no other entrances. You hear the sound of footsteps continue on down the hallway. A few moments later, they stop at another seemingly unimportant doorway. The warden turns around once again, unlocking the door, opening it up. She looks to you, Basil. Well, my soon-to-be ally, after you.
I will walk in.
Finally, someone's learning. The mistress will be with you shortly. As you hear the door click.
Am I still wrapped in chains?
At this point, as soon as you have entered into the doorway, the chains would have fallen.
Okay.
You hear footsteps once again. Assumably the sound of Oksana being led to wherever. As the two of you sit in your cells, pondering your next plan, and the rest of you, without much of a plan at all, that's where we're going to take a short rest for the evening.
Panic. Everyone panic. Hit your panic button.
I didn't want to say fuck around and find out, but it seems we've hit that point.
Joke's
So-
on you, sir. We're getting a free meal out of this.
Sure. Someone's going to be getting a free meal. That's for sure. Thank you so much for another 1,000
And
bits, B-Town. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, B-Town.
As always, we do take some questions on while we're on break. If you have any questions about myself, the cast, the campaign, life, the universe, or anything inside of it, feel free to throw it down in chat. We'll get to them as soon as we get back. But aside from that, guys, go get your apple juices, go get your orange juices, go get your mommy and daddy juices, go get your weird grub slug juices. And stick around, because you might not want to miss this. We'll see y'all real soon. I'm not answering that, Raina. We'll see you real soon, guys. Be right back in 5. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we got a couple questions on our break, so I will go ahead and run through those. Question from someone named Dead Aussie Gamer. The fuck? Exactly.
Fair. Totally fair.
Well,
Question from Peter. Help? Question mark? No.
Also fair.
Question for Dave. You mad, bro? Not at all. Listen, there's a big difference between madness and sweet, sweet revenge. I mean, that's really how it goes, right?
Revenge for what?
I assume you didn't watch back last episode, or
No.
it was the bloomed countess, you fucks. Now you suffer.
She's my ally now. We're like this.
question for the group. Any last words?
Oh, I'm getting out of here. I don't know about the rest.
Again? Yeah.
Tell Justina I love her.
Wow. R.I.P. V.
Wow. The love is gone. The love is gone.
You and Tristan can live happily ever after as far as I'm fucking concerned.
Did we learn who the special guest is tomorrow? I was out for pre-announcements. No, we did not. We did learn that there is going to be a secret announcement. Can you premature announce that to us? I will say probably in terms of what can I say? Probably the most viewed, highest level of content creator we've ever had on this channel before. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
Oh, Jess is here. Jess, you're just in time to see everybody die.
Yes,
Welcome
hello.
in. And thank you for the resub.
Jess.
29
Hi,
months.
Jess.
Wow.
Wait.
Big shout out.
She's
Dave
there.
did a great job.
Bring her
on your
back
face.
so we don't have to die alone.
Save us, Jess. Save us. We have to take notes now because you're not here, Jess.
I know, right?
What is this?
Raina is doing very well with notes, by the way. Just FYI, I'm just like the chat's flooded with notes.
Exactly. Yeah. Just popping in to say I found you guys on TikTok, completely new to D&D stuff, but loving following along on your adventure. Oh, thank you very much. I'm only on episode 10 so far, though, so forgive me if I don't watch tonight. I don't want spoilers. Well, Chasing the Lion, if you're still here, welcome to the Trooper family. We are absolutely not a cult. We like blood snuggles from time to time. It might be midnight. We might be drinking Kool-Aid at the same time and building shelters for the homeless in South Africa. But definitely not a cult. Not in the slightest. Don't you worry about that. And if the FBI asks the question, 100% no. We just like wearing dark robes from time to time. That's all. That's all. It's common things. It's common things. And B-Town, thank you so much for the gift to the 3-month. Wow. Thank you so much, B-Town. Chase the Lion. If you're still here, give a thanks to our lovely friend B-Town. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Am I lagged for you guys?
No.
No.
All right. Chat saying that my video is really lagged or something.
No, whatever you just did fixed it.
Okay.
Stop on.
Clapped at it.
Question for Dave. What did Oksana's voice sound like? I didn't do a voice for Oksana this time because it was a little bit of a serious moment. She didn't say much. She basically just sacrificed herself for the group, and that was basically all she said.
R.I.P. Oksana. Sorry, Jess. It's gonna be. We'll make it a character this week.
Question from Elvie. How do you all get so sexy? That's a good question. I mean, probably all the time I've spent on Adam and Eve. Guys, if you haven't checked out our hopefully one day sponsor, Adam and Eve, you should go check them out and use careful cantrip in the checkout code. It won't do anything for you, but hopefully it'll indicate to them that they should sponsor us.
Right. Yeah. I'd like to field that part of that question. As Bobby's, I mean, I didn't look like this 6 months ago at all. It's extreme.
It's true.
Right.
Modifications and surgery. Look close to Bobby as possible so we wouldn't shock the audience. But
We call it a bobification.
yes. Yeah. A bobbering.
I think we need to ramp up the ridiculousness on Oksana's vocals this week, Dave. Listen, today is probably not a day that we want to go too ridiculous. We might get a little ridiculous, but we'll see. We'll see if they live. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. There's lots of making it clap right now. Okay. Okay. And I made it to the bottom. Say hi to Grimoire. Wow. That was harsh.
Grimoire's in heaven like, wow, I'm really going to miss those guys. Hi, Grimoire!
We're all back. We're all friends now. Why is...
We're all friends again.
I am having the hardest problem with Raina's... Okay, you're back. Yeah, you're lagging a little bit. I don't know why. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Make what clap, Dave?
Everything is awesome.
I'm telling you, Adam and Eve. AdamandEve.com, ladies and gentlemen. Use careful cantrip on checkout. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump back into tonight's episode, shall we? I'll pull up my notes here.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Sicarius, as you sit in your cell, looking around, contemplating what to do, is there anything you would like to do? Or at least try?
Call out. I'm just going to call out real quick to see how close the others are. Basil, are you out there?
You get no response.
Starts looking at the ring, but then all he can do is hear B's freaking voice in the back of his head about abandonment and shit. And so he's gonna I'm gonna try to open the door, even though can I see out the door, or is it completely solid?
There is a small slit of a window.
I'm gonna kick the door regardless and see what the brute does.
You're going to try kicking the door in?
Sure. Out.
Okay. I would say go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Athletic. 10.
10. You hoof at the door the best that you possibly can. You can see it bouncing on its hinges, but it seems that the door is just a little too difficult to break down.
They didn't take anything off me except for when I dropped the weapon outside, correct?
Correct. At this point, you are simply just weaponless.
Okay. So I'm going to pull out the scroll. Scars is going to undo the scroll and just kind of close his eyes and just talk to the Bloom Countess if there's anything that you can assist again with in this situation, now would be the time. Please show me a sign of something.
Roll a D100 for me.
D100. Four.
You close your eyes, reaching out. You try and find that connection once again. But it seems the light has faded for the moment. You don't get a response.
He just kind of rolls it back up in his palm and just pushes it down and starts thinking, all right, I'm weaponless. I got a guard outside. Contemplating on whether or not he wants to just try to teleport out right now. But he's gonna. He thinks he wants to know more information, so he's just gonna sit down, back to the back of the cell, grab a hold of his necklace, and just start taking himself into a different place by imagining the times that he was with Priscilla, and just trying to mentally escape this area and go to a happy place when he was with her.
Okay. Sitting down, you find the best you can a moment of meditation, or whatever you would call it. You remain seated there. When you hear the door click for a moment, as the door swings open, you see once again the lady in chains standing in front of the doorway. Well, it seems you are a much more special guest here than the rest of your friends.
I don't see how. I am nobody.
You have something my mistress wants.
And what would that be?
She glances down at the scroll wrapped to your side, and then looks back up towards you. I think you already know. Now, we can do this, well, I hate to be cliche, but the easy way, where I'll make sure your death is sweet, quick, or we can do this the hard way. And I love doing things the hard way. I'll make it one sweeter for you.
This is where Rob wants to say something. The character also wants to say something.
I'll make the deal a little sweeter for you. Just because I'm a fair warden.
How do you know?
You hand the scroll over to me now, and I'll let you die with your friends. Not alone, screaming. In this pitiful little cell.
Or you can go to hell. You forgot that option.
The hard way. Very
Isn't
good, then.
There is no other way.
She turns over her shoulder, just outside of the doorway. Brock! You hear the sound of the gauntleted footsteps. Once again, as a massive silhouette blocks out any light from the doorway.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
We'll see. You two boys have fun. As she turns and walks from the doorway. Closing the door behind her.
They got the weapons.
She continues to walk down the hallway. Robs, what's your AC?
For now, 16.
Mm-hmm. 16? Okay. The brute stands in front of you. Not moving, breathing heavily. You stand toe to toe to an enemy almost twice your size. What would you like to do?
This is my action. I'm going to activate my necrotic shroud. So Sicarius is gonna just kind of get a little smirk. His eyes are gonna go black, and his Skeletor wings are going to sprout out the back of his his back. So he's gonna need to give me a charisma saving throw or be frightened.
Charisma? Okay. That's a 17.
Yeah, he's not frightened.
Okay.
But it still lasts for a minute, so I get a little bit other benefits from that.
Okay, fair enough. You flex out your wings trying to intimidate this overall massive individual. He stares down at you. You can tell, again, a strange smile underneath it as he leans in closely. Immediately, you feel his hands on top of your armor as he throws you back against the wall. You feel a mighty push as the wind gets brought out of you, immediately lifting both of his massive Titan-like hands as he begins to pummel you directly in the face and in the stomach. You will take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
21.
With his hands?
All right, with that, as he's plummeting me and he's hitting me there, I'm going to unleash for half damage here. Is it half? Yeah, half damage. Hellish Rebuke. So as he's hitting me, a fire is going to erupt out of Sicarius as the holy fire comes crashing back down upon him. He needs a dex save.
Dex save, okay. That is going to be a 9.
So he will take 24 points of Hellish Rebuke fire damage.
Okay. You watch him wince for a moment as he kind of backs off of you. Giving a little bit of a shake, you watch the smoldering fire completely go out. He eyes you up once again. He rushes forward towards you as he tries to reach around, grabbing you into a bear hug. Go ahead and make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
I think it's another attack. 14.
Okay. He grabs you into a bear hug and begins to squeeze tightly. You take another 7 points of damage. You attempt to break free, but you can feel your ribs now cracking underneath it. Each one beneath your chest.
Okay. I'm gonna try verbal spells. As he's bear hugging me, I'm going to attempt to cast. To try to paralyze him with hold person.
Okay. Is that wisdom?
It's a wisdom. Wisdom.
Oh. He's proficient in wisdom. Nice.
He's proficient in everything.
The heck?
That is a 16.
PhD.
16. Yeah, he's barely beating it, but he's beating it. So he's not. So that was my action. All right.
Okay. Again, he lunges as you attempt. He wavers for a moment as he feels the magic starting to leech over top of him. Instead, he lets go of you for a moment before picking you up off of the ground over top of his head, throwing you down on the ground.
Oh, that's not so good.
You take another 10 points of damage.
All right.
Oh, God.
As he begins to stomp over and over and over. Basil, while all this happens to your companion...
I got one action. All right.
Shit. Holy shit.
All right.
As you hear what sounds like
what am I doing?
a relative ruckus down the hallway. What are you doing?
Basil will observe the room that he's in. Is there a place to kind of like sit down?
There is not. I mean, you can sit on the floor.
Okay.
But there isn't like a bench or anything
Sure.
along those lines.
I'll sit up. All right. Sitting on the floor around the back of the room, Basil places his hands together, clasping them, blowing on them to try and find warmth in this cold and dank cell. I don't know if you're there. I don't know if you've been there the whole time. I know we haven't really spoken. There is so much to be said between us, but I need your help. My friends need your help. And I will utter this softly, just to the room.
Roll a D100 for me.
Very well. That is a 10.
10.
Not doing too well.
You reach out the best you can, hoping and praying for an answer. But none comes. Suddenly you hear a wrangling at the doorway. You hear the door open up, only to find the lady in chains now standing in front of you.
I'll rise to my feet.
One that stands at attention. You've been taught very well.
I've been taught well by my parents to always rise to one's feet when a lady enters the room.
Why? I would be blushing. But unfortunately, the niceties are not mine to banter back and forth with you. You asked to see the mistress. And as she moves aside, you see the Crimson Herald now standing in front of you. Getting a good look at her plate armor, you see that, surprisingly, it too, at its core, is black. However, it reverberates a strange red all around it. She enters into the doorway, looking over towards the lady in chains. I can take it from here. But mistress, I caution against that. He is nothing. He is small. And he is weak. I've seen it firsthand. I'm fine. As she enters into the cell proper, crossing her arms, she looks at you. You are a brave one. To come here after watching me brutally murder your friend, hearing his bones crack against that fireplace, watching his small body fall limp, his final breath leaving his body. And that's all under the guise of a small pipsqueak. And yet you come here. Why?
Fear is my command, not my dictator. I concern myself with many things, and the chief among it is, of course, the person who seems to be walking around making quite a big show of their plans. Sure, you're right. I might be weak. But the one thing I am not is ignorant. But I wish to remedy that, and the only way to do that is to face the strength you wield. Perhaps we could start there. I would see the face of the person who would serve the tyrant in red, if you would indulge me. After all, you have seen my face.
Fair. I see no harm. Your life is hanging in the balance anyway. She reaches up and removes her helm before dropping it to the ground. As you come face to face with the Crimson Herald, you're a bit struck back by it. You watch as beautiful, long, flowing red hair falls from the helm. And unbelievably, the face of an angel appears in front of you. Much younger than you would assume.
Compared to Oksana's age, because obviously from the memories that we explored with Oksana, she was the herald that wiped out her tribe. Does it match up to like the age of the herald in the vision to the age that she would be today?
Surprisingly enough, it's a bit hard to tell, as she doesn't look too much older than Oksana. Maybe 10, 12 years at most. But surprisingly, you would assume that someone like this is maybe mid-30s? If they were human, that is.
Which means that if she was the one who attacked the tribe, she would have been in her like 10 years old or something like that, just as Oksana was.
Perhaps.
So Basil, again, is very taken back by this. Strange. I was not expecting someone so young. I'd heard that the tribe of barbarians who lost the Red Book to the army of Knights in Black were led by a herald of your description. But if that were the case, you would have been a child.
You presume much. And yes, I do remember slaughtering all of them very fondly.
Very messy.
Even butchers have to get messy from time to time.
Yes, but sometimes getting what you want doesn't require the hacking of an axe or the delicate hands of a scalpel.
But it's so much more fun that way.
Well, that's a good question then. Is what you're doing for fun?
Yes. Nothing
I find
pleases me
my
more.
I find my purpose to be one of devotion. I am devoted to the Nightmare King and his objectives. I wish to see them fulfilled. And his power flows through me, reflecting this. What is it you seek from your master?
A very, very plentiful reaping. Those will bow. All of you. The ones who survive. You will be our cattle. You prey on fear. He's told me much about Elskar. But fear has nothing on rage.
Violence doesn't make cattle. Violence begets violence, leads to ends, leads to the destruction of all. Tukor saw what fear did. Fear keeps people in place. The fear of violence sometimes sharper than the blade you wield. Without one, the other is doomed to a finality. Without violence and rage, fear is nothing but a hollow threat. But without fear, there is no control.
As you say this, she immediately moves forward as she thrusts her forearm against your chest, pushing you up against the wall. Reaching down, she grabs for a dagger and holds it up against your throat. So tell me, wise one, is this fear or is this rage?
This is negotiation. You would have killed me in a moment if there was nothing I had for you. But even you are curious as to what I can bring to your table. After all, I walked in here with exactly what I had. And how long exactly have you been with the Red Book, and your army, and your violence, and your rage? How's your progress going?
She pushes the dagger even tighter against your throat. You feel your head being pinned back as the blade presses against your jugular. You're an interesting one. But if you wish to negotiate, that's fine. She puts you down. So where is it? Your negotiating power.
It is safe for now. You have me in the flesh.
I don't need you. Where is the book? I want the book.
If you want the book, then I wish for something in return. It's quite a simple thing, really. I wish to know how you plan to free your master so that I might free mine. That is all. You don't need to share your progress but I need to know how to break the seal. That is one thing I haven't figured out.
Of course it hasn't. Leave it to Elskar to find weaklings and inadequates. It's fine. I will do your work for you. Give me my book.
Does she have the slug with her?
She was not the one who had the slug around her. It was the lady in chains, who is just outside the door right now.
All right. Very well. I believe I can trust you. And I'm going to reach into my pocket. And as I do, suck it, bitch! And I'm going to teleport away with my ring.
Okay.
Because that's the end of my conversations. And while there's no anti-magic creatures in here, Basil is going to hope that everyone else has run away.
Okay. Fair enough. The last thing you hear is her scream out no before Basil vanishes.
Hey.
Sicarius. Actually, we'll leave Sicarius for a minute.
Still getting flumbled. It's all right. I can take a beating.
To the rest of you. You feel the door swing open once more.
So happy we're gonna go try and save you.
We are?
Well, okay, all right.
To be fair, I didn't give you the book to then come and save me.
You're gone. Shh. You ditched us. All right. All right. So, what are we doing? Are we looking for them? Are we going to look for the ooze maker contraption thing?
I say we find the ooze maker and turn it into overload and make it take over this whole place. Or maybe destroy it.
That is a fantastic idea, Scrump. Do you think you know how to do that?
Oh yeah, no problem. He does not.
Okay. Okay.
Let's admit you can. Put it in overload. Once it killed everything in this place, where would it go? Okay, let's just try it.
Probably around the innocent towns and villages. Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, why don't we go try and find it then? And then, I don't know, maybe we can just throw a wrench in it and it will just stop something. I don't know.
How are we going to walk around the castle when we're supposed to be in the cell? And what if we're late for dinner?
Okay, Scrump, you have to stop thinking about the food, all right? Here, take mine and V will hand him her rations.
Oh, God, good.
Okay. All right, now focus, Scrump, all right? I think we should do what Sicarius said, and we should use our rings to transform into the gods and look like the gods and transport Jed with us. Rob, your fucking mic. Just mute.
He's getting beat up. Cut him some slack.
I know, you're getting beat up.
So loud, comes all the way here. Yeah.
All right.
I like
What do
that
you think?
idea. But will they believe that I'm a guard? I only had the one potion that turned me into a dwarf.
What? Use your ring, Scrump. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes. You have a ring, right? Yes.
Yeah, they gave me one. You just see him, like, reach out. He takes it, and he's like, kind of wipes it off. Puts it on his finger. There we go.
You're just putting it on now.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh my god. Are you fucking attuned to it?
He would have had it, yeah.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. Jed, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah, me either.
Jed, we were going to go and try and find this ooze creator reactor, whatever it is, the contraption that you hear humming from, northeastern area. And we're going to go sneak there, but we're going to look like gods transporting you to hopefully get us through easier. And try and either destroy it or stop it, see what we can do. What do you think? And then, while that's happening, try and find our friends and free them. I don't know that they're caged, so save them.
Okay. I mean, that's probably the best idea we have right now. What are we going to do otherwise? Iratish.
You could stay here until you attune to the ring and then teleport out. Because if we get into trouble now, we cannot take you.
It's fine. Someone just give me a dagger. I'll be fine.
We will... Oh, Tristan, do you have an extra dagger?
I'm guessing everybody took weapons?
His weapons would have been taken.
Oh, shit. So V...
So-
Oh, Scrump has weapons, and V has weapons.
Right.
Okay. Well...
Yeah, here. Here,
here's-
I got one. Scrump's just gonna take out just a plain looking dagger and just kind of like haphazardly toss it to you.
It comes flying towards him, blade first, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa! And dodges out of the way as it clanks down.
Catch.
Inga, you're a wild one. I like you. As he kind of tucks it into his belt line, putting his tunic over top of it a little bit. All right, we doing this?
Yes, here, Tristan, take my dagger. At least you'll have something. Oh, no, wait. You summoned your weapon, right? Out of thin air?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right. Let's do this. We will use her ring to once again turn into one of the black armored guards with the Panther logo. She's now gotten a pretty logo. She's got a pretty good let's talk branding. She's got a pretty good close up of these suits of armor now, so she'll take reference off of that.
But just a quick game question. Like, because I don't have any rings on my character, does it work with charges and everything, or how does it work?
Yeah,
'Cause I
so
wanna
we
make
have
sure we
three
don't-
charges. We have 3 charges. You've used one already today,
Okay.
so you'll have 2 more for the day.
So every spell takes 1 charge.
Correct.
Okay, all right, good. Just wanted
So
to
we-
check. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll still need 1 to teleport out.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was worried about.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So other than Scrum, everybody's used up their charges. Other than that, you all have 1 left.
Right. I should have 1 left. I guess Jed, whenever he uses it, it'll be blank. And yeah. Yep.
That's the plan. All right, let's do this.
Yep.
All right.
Now this ring, just to quickly recap, so we know what's going on. Can I change my shape like I can with the Alter Self spell, so I can look like a dwarf instead of a goblin, or am I going just full goblin?
Yeah, it's a full illusionary spell for you. So
Yeah,
you can
okay.
make yourself look taller, smaller, whatever you want from that perspective. You can change your clothes. You can make it seem like you have an arm on any kind of weaponry on, anything along those lines. It's just not physical
Just
in any
illusion,
way. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll look the same as those guys in pretty uniform.
Okay. All of you focus on your rings for a moment, closing your eyes, and a moment later, opening them, you find yourself garbed in black armor, all standing roughly the same height. A little bit of variation to it, but not by much.
All right. Oh, yes. Are we leaving Jed here? No, Jed's coming with us. Do 2 of you want to hold... Maybe... who should lead? We need to hold Jed and take him with
You're
us.
better at the talking with the people. You should go in front, and we'll take Jed.
Yeah, okay, good.
Can I make a
All right.
recommendation here?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
What say you?
I mean, he points over towards the shackles that are still laying on the cell ground. For optics, it might be a good idea to put those on me. I'm just saying. Don't put him
Agreed.
tight or anything. Just loose so I can get out if I need to. Chip and chop.
be like,
And he tries to
"Surprise."
move around a little bit before grabbing onto his side. Oh, maybe a little too quick for that.
Yes, I won't lock them. How about that?
Yeah, right. If they stay on that way.
I don't know. We'll try.
Here, put
Put
in
them
the
on like that.
Put them in the front though. It's gonna give me cramping if they put it in the bank.
It does. Right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Put the shackle on.
Okay.
And we lead Jed.
Putting the shackles on, the three of you begin to make your way out of the cell proper. You begin making your way up the familiar staircase once again. Before you get to the very top, there seems to be a guard standing out front. Hold. I wasn't aware anyone was down there.
You weren't aware because you didn't need to know. We're transporting.
On whose orders?
The butcher.
Tilts his head a little bit towards you. The butcher only speaks to the herald.
But don't all orders come from the butcher? We serve the herald who serves the butcher.
Make a deception check for me.
Panic.
This is a little important.
It's a
And that's-
little important, yes.
That's
just
when
a
we
little.
TP out.
While you're doing this, before you do it, I'm gonna come up to you and be like, here's the order. And I'm gonna hold up a fake piece of paper on my palm, and I'm just gonna cast guidance.
Okay.
All right. Guidance is a D4, right?
Yeah.
2, 15, 16, 17, 27.
The guard looks you up and down. All right. As he kind of leans back to his post.
Fee will give a soldier's nod and try and make her way towards the northeast where Jed was pointing earlier.
Okay. You begin to make your way down the hallway. You come to what looks like a T-stop. One going left, one going straight. Based on what Jed was telling you, heading to the left would take you closer.
The sound.
All right. I think we need to go left. V will go left.
Okay. You turn and continue on to the left.
Now, to formation, I picture V's in the front, and then we would have prisoner, and then two of us in the back.
Right. So Scrump and Tristan, you are flanking while V is leading the charge.
Yeah.
Okay. Sicarius.
Panic.
Ow. Ow.
Just get my ass.
You once again feel the force of the brute's foot slam down on your back. You take another 5 points of damage.
Jeez. Let me bring up a character sheet again. Alright. At this time, 5 points? 5 points.
He continues to keep his foot on your back. As you see, he begins to reach down. What would you like to do?
At this point, I'm going to use the ring to try to teleport out because there's no winning this battle.
Okay. Reaching your hand forward, you grab onto the ring just barely, focusing. And like that, Sicarius vanishes. As the four of you, continues to make your way down the hallway. You pass a few guards on the way, most of them just giving nods. Before you come to a large double doorway, you see two hallways that spread out in either direction. And then the one large double door that rests directly in front of you.
All right. So there's two hallways and a double door directly in front.
Correct.
Can I hear any humming?
At this point, make a perception check for me.
16.
16. Oh shit, I missed things. I'll fix them later. With a 16, you close your eyes and listen intently. It seems that the humming is coming somewhere in between the double doors and the hallway to the right. It's difficult to put your finger on exactly where it's coming from, but definitely not to the left.
All right. I guess I don't know if this is like too much, but V will try and like go up to the double doors and give like a look over, see if there's anything, see if she can hear, see through the crack, maybe like feel the vibrations. You know how sometimes you can feel them more than hear them?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be doing a smell check? I know it's odd to say, but
A smell check?
yeah, I want to be doing a smell check. I want to smell for the oozes. I figured
Oh,
I would
smell.
kinda
I
know
thought you
that.
said a smelt check. I was like,
Oh yeah,
what are we
smell.
smelting
I
right
need metal.
now? Whoever smelt it dealt it. I think that's how the saying goes. Okay.
Use my nose. I'm smelling for machinery and or goo and or.
Sure. As you get a sense of being able to pinpoint where the sound is coming from, V, you get a rush of adrenaline. Some chance of hope kind of comes out of nowhere as you have been given advantage, my friend.
Thank you for once. Not dark-hearted.
Fume from the machine.
You lean up against the door, peering through the cracks the best that you possibly can. Go ahead and make that perception check for me one more time, please.
Here we go, chat. Ha! Someone gave me advantage.
What do you mean someone? It was Wholesome. Say thank you. My God.
Thank you. Hey, it's JT now. James.
Sorry,
Thank you, James.
JT. My bad.
Okay.
Rebrand. Well done.
What am I doing? Sorry, perception?
You are. Yep.
So 16, 17, 18, 19.
19. As you look and peer through the small crack, you see a number of individuals walking back and forth. But strangely enough, these are not individuals in black armor. Instead, you see individuals walking back and forth in what look like white cloaks. You can also see there seems to be large tables all around the room. Difficult to make out what exactly is on those tables. But the individuals seem to be walking back and forth to each one of these tables.
That's a lab if I've ever seen one.
That's a what?
It looks like a laboratory or something. Scrump's
Yes,
like poking his head open above you.
Yeah, it's weird. They seem like they're freely walking, like they're not.
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe this is where they make the stuff.
And it's still clear to me that it's not in this room, but somewhere to the right, or maybe like off this room.
Possibly.
All right, I'm not sure if the humming is coming from in this room or if it's just down the hall to the right. There's a lot of people in this room. I'd like to just check out to the right to see what we can find there before risking walking through all those people. I have no idea what they're doing. Maybe a ritual, or maybe making the ooze. I don't know. I'm not sure how familiar they are with guards walking through with prisoners either. Agreed.
Well,
Do we agree? Okay.
I mean,
with that?
Let's
we
go
don't
check
have
the
to
other
keep
one.
it together. You guys can stay here. Maybe Scrump pop in and look around, see if he can find anything that looks like they're making stuff.
Let's
If you-
go check the other room first.
That works too.
Yes, I think let's just stay together for now. We can always come back. So we'll go. We will start walking to explore the right side.
Okay. You continue to follow the hallway to the right. You walk for a few minutes before finding a turn towards the left. Again, you run into a very large set of double doors, this with 2 guards posted out front.
Fuck. I guess like we're close enough that they can see us.
For the sake of the narrative, and because you didn't mention it before, I'm going to say that you looked around the corner first and saw this before just arbitrarily walking out there.
Sure. All right. So V will just sort of whip back around and be like, there are guards down there guarding the other side. Maybe it's best we try and look through these doors and just, pretend that that's where we're supposed to be.
Is the sound louder here than it was before, or?
You feel a much larger vibration coming from this area.
It's somewhere in here. I don't know if it's directly at these doors, but somewhere near.
I think we're on to something.
All right. Are we just going to walk through?
Well, we can't just take a prisoner. They're going to say, why aren't you in the prisoner area?
Well,
Oh.
the people are in their garments, right, Dave? They're not like armor.
Sorry, you went back to the other set of doors?
Oh,
No, we're still
we don't
second.
have to go back.
Yeah.
I'm discussing what was in the other set of doors. I'm saying the people who were
everybody that
who were
was
in
in there from
garments.
what you saw, you did not see any black armor while you were in there.
right. I don't know if they're gods. So they were in garments like robes, white robes, which makes me think they may not even understand what the gods' duties are. So if we sort of fake it to make it and just walk
Yeah, do
through,
you think you can talk your way through? Let's go.
I don't know if I can knock my way through a room full of people staring at us.
Stand out here like this, looking like weirdos.
No, we cannot. Let's try. The worst thing that happens is we have to leave. Jed will
we got
I'll
turned
stay-
around. It's our first day. And where's the dinner? Oh, is it like a hall we go to? Or is it
Scrump, listen to me.
Yeah,
Do me a
sorry.
favor. Do not talk about dinner. Actually, when we're in there, don't say anything at all right?
Okay.
All right.
Should we drop the guard act for going inside?
No, I don't think so. Because
Okay, should we remove the shackles from Jed?
no, I think we should
Okay.
keep they seem like they're free to move around, which makes me think that they aren't gods, but they work here in some other capacity.
Yep.
Right? So if we drop our, they're just going to be alerted, but they're probably familiar with the look of guards.
Okay.
I don't know.
Doesn't
I
seem like a
hate
guard
this.
area, that's all I said.
I know it doesn't, but it's better than me as V. They'd have no idea who that is and why we're there. They may
Agreed.
also
Let's go.
recognize Jed. Okay, all right, let's go. V will see if the doors just open. The first initial doors.
Okay. Turning around from where you stand, you walk a few moments back to the door that you were just at. As you slowly push the doorway open, you see a number of individuals now rushing back and forth, seemingly completely wrapped up within their work. You can see on the tables there seems to be vials and beakers of strange liquid inside of all of it. No one really seems to pay attention to you. Still in your disguise, a few look over without really noticing anything and continuing about their day.
All right, V, without saying anything, we'll try and walk forward confidently, and figure out where this humming, try and get a gauge for, where the humming is coming from, if there's other doors, and try and walk through as confidently as possible towards wherever the humming is.
Okay. You're walking through alone?
No, we'll follow information.
Oh, yeah, I thought they were with me.
Okay. You guys begin to walk through the doorway and across the room. Immediately looking around, you do see another hallway that closer to the back right of the room. You begin to beeline towards that until an individual speaks up. Excuse me. What are you doing here? There's no prisoners allowed here.
Oh, dear.
What? We're following orders. Blessed be the harvest.
Yes,
and we will just keep
blessed
walking.
be whatever the case is. Hold, please. I ask again. This area is off limits.
We are passing through. It was a fast way.
Well, if you're going to cells, then you'll want to turn around and walk out.
They're not going to cells, and I don't have to tell you where we're going. We're under strict orders to not tell anyone. Direct orders. From you-know-who. And if you question her, she will come down on you with all of her rage. So let us through.
He stops for a moment. Funny. I'm also under direct orders to not allow guards, and by any means prisoners, into the laboratory or the factory. So, perhaps we wait here and call the warden. He turns and walks over to a table. You see him reach down and pick up what looks like a strange stone into his hand. You hear him mutter it into it.
Whoa. Okay, before he mutters into it, V is going to cast Hold Person.
How many
Okay.
people are in this room, Dave?
Yeah.
By the looks of it, there's about 15 people, all unarmed, all more or less just individuals working there. You said that's a wisdom check?
Sorry, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a wisdom save.
That's a 14?
Oh, it succeeds. It's just a 15.
Yes.
Oh my god, it never succeeds!
Hey, we did it!
You watch as the individual has picked up the stone at this point and begins to speak into it before immediately stopping, a look of terror on his eyes.
V will just say, "That's quite enough from you. My orders supersede yours. Let's go." And V will just try and take her and her posse and go to the room. Just fucking avoid this fight.
Okay, fair enough.
And hopefully no one else tries to start anything.
The commotion has caused a few individuals to start watching. No one does anything at this point. However, they are noticing what's happening around them. As you begin to beeline down the hallway to the back right, you all begin to take... Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, are we walking next to the guy, or are we just further away from him already?
He walked away to one of the tables, probably about 10
Just
feet
further
away
away.
from you.
Okay.
And now, from my understanding, you're beelining it to the back room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You continue to rush down that hallway, not running to bring up too much suspicion, but moving relatively quickly at this point. You can hear a commotion now happening directly behind you at this point. You continue to move forward before you see another set of double doors. These doors in particular not guarded by any guards per se. As you continue to move forward quicker and quicker, eventually just bursting through the door directly, you find yourself in what can only be described as a manufacturing floor. A number of large crates all around you, packed high. And directly in the center, you see a very large, strange contraption made up of 2 rings. One that seems to oscillate one way, while the other backward and forward. One left to right, one backward to forward. Kind of like one of those gyroscope things.
Is it connected by anything on the base, Dave, or is it just like a free-floating?
There is a large base to it with what seems to be an arm that hangs over top, but the 2 rings seem to levitate directly in the center, almost being held up by some kind of magic, or as what you might believe as innovation. You also take note of a number of guards that seem to be walking back and forth on a catwalk above, as well as more of these individuals with white robes that seem to be scurrying about, some working on the machine, while others continue just to move about their day.
Is it fairly obvious that this is what we're looking for?
I'd say it's at least doing something for him.
All right, Scrump, can you figure out how to turn it off?
Turn it off or utterly destroy it. I'm better at the second one.
Destroy it is fine. Just stop it.
It might make a lot of noise. But okay.
There's a lot of people around.
Scrump's going to kind of break off from the group, and he's going to casually be walking like he knows what he's doing there, and he's going to walk beside the machine. Dave, as I walk beside it, I kind of want to can I do an investigation? Can I sort of stop and turn and then just kind of make it look like I'm guarding the machine, but it's in my line of sight, so I'm looking at it?
Sure. And you're trying to decipher how it works?
So I have a couple ideas I want to do. Essentially, that comes down to I'm either going to heat metal or do something else. Okay. But I want to see, essentially, because I know this thing, obviously, it's free floating. I can't get my hands on it to heat it up, just tear my hand off. So is there any sort of control panels or anything this is clearly leading to? I just kind of want to set up this thing. Also, Can I tell what the hell it's doing? Is it producing?
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay, perfect.
True
That's why I figured it. Very wordy to say I want to do.
I'm a friend of artificers. I get it.
Yeah. Hey, nat 20. All right.
Very nice.
Plus we had a,
nat 20. Boo, 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 boo.
With a plus 5.
Nat 20!
Okay.
25 sound.
25. Very good. As you stand by it, your companion standing closer, kind of to the mid of the room, trying to stay relatively away from line of sight and staying inconspicuous as much as possible. Walking over, you get a very good glance at this machine. You can see that the twirling wheels, rings that seem to be in the center, seem to be creating some kind of friction of some source. Clearly the source of power at this point. You can see a number of individuals now working on different panels, one directly in front and 2 off to the sides, so almost in a triangular position. Okay. Aside from that, you can see clearly that there's some type of wiring at the base that connects to the arm that reaches over top.
Okay, perfect. All right. Scrump, if he can I go up to that is it exposed wiring?
The wiring is slightly exposed at this point.
Perfect. I just need enough to get
there
my
are
hand
sheets
in
of metal over the bulk of it, but right around where kind of the hinges are and where the turns and curves and stuff are, there seems to be some level of exposed wire. Not hanging out entirely, but enough for you to do what you wish.
All right, Scrump is going to, it's an illusion, so I picture you kind of see the guard standing there, and it's kind of shaking a little bit. Really, it's Scrump just I know it's in here somewhere. One of these pouches. Here, And then he pulls out, like it's like a two mix vial that you see. It's like got two sides to each side of the vial, and he's gonna go up to the exposed wiring, and gonna kind of bend down and then break both sides, swish them around, and pour it over it. It's gonna be casting heat metal on the wiring itself.
Okay.
And I just want to try to melt this stuff.
Okay, fair enough. As the three of you watch, as Scrump begins to make his way behind the machinery, you see him disappear behind the machine directly for a moment before the commotion from behind grows louder and louder. You can hear the sound of footsteps now making down the door, down the hallway. You watch as the door now bursts open. You can see the lady in chains now leading the charge with a number of guards all around her. As she looks to all of you, pinpointing you to Jed. Them! Seize them! And I need you all to roll initiative for me.
Panic! Panic! Okay.
16 plus
14 for
19.
V.
Okay, hang on. V.
14.
14. Tristan.
10.
10. Scrump.
19.
19. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Ooh, not bad. Oh, not that one. Not that one. And do one for Jed. That's great. All right. Scrump. You immediately poke your head up just as you're about to pour the potions over top of the metal. You see the woman in chains now making her way towards your allies. A number of guards, 5 in total, that seem to be making their way closer and closer. What would you like to do, my friend?
I'd like to finish what I was doing and pour the potion on the metal.
Okay, fair enough. As you pour the potion over top of the wires, you watch as it immediately begins to melt through the like lava over top of the wires directly. You watch as a few bursts of sparks begin to make their way out from the machine. What would you like to do?
I'm going to look up at the people coming towards us, going to be like, we were just here fixing it. We heard it had a problem. So would that potion pouring be part of my action, Dave, for the turn?
The pouring would be... I'll say that would be your bonus action. You can go ahead and use your action if you want. As the lady in chains now takes note of you yelling, she points her fingers out again. Seize him! You watch as now the sparks now flying off the machine directly. You can see the rings now starting to wobble a little bit away from their perfect alignment. What would you like to do?
I'm going to do one better. Scrump's going to turn at the rings and he's going to say, don't worry, just trying to fix it. And I'm gonna pull out another potion. This time you see it's kind of like got a gray, kind of like swirly substance to it with a little spider crudely drawn on it.
Yep.
And I'm gonna throw that into the rotating ring. I'm gonna cast web on it.
Web, okay. As you toss the potion into the machinery, immediately it bursts out into massive webs of spiders. You see it grapple onto each one of the rings in various spots as it begins to slow down. You can feel the rumbling of the machine directly in front of you. It is quickly breaking down at this point. You see a number of people beginning to panic around you, the individuals with the white lab coats. Is there anything else? Well, that was your action, so you have some movement if you want it.
I just would like to move a little bit away from the people trying to chase me, and I'm okay.
Okay, you kind of dodge off to the side.
Little Spider-Man web fluid. When doesn't it help?
Right? I completely agree. As the lady in chains now sees the catastrophe that you've caused. She immediately throws her hands up into the air. As she does, you watch as a wall of fiery chains now begin to apparate all around you. You watch as it circles around the entirety of the machine, catching Scrump, you and your companions within that space. She continues to move forward as she walks through the flames like it's nothing and begins to approach on V.
All gonna die.
Throwing her hands out to the side, you watch as two chains begin to materialize. One that seems to be scorching hot. You can see how red the rings are directly. On the other side, you can see it now as the frost individually comes off of it. She walks forwards towards you and she lashes it out towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, V.
Uh, 16 plus 6. I can't do math. I'm stressed. What is that?
22.
Oh, thank God. 22.
Hey kids, Nate here again to remind you about mental math.
This is your PSA for the moment. V, watch as the chains now lash out towards you. And a Matrix style, you lean back a little bit as they continue to cross directly over top of you. You watch as a little bit of your hair gets singed as the flaming or the piping hot chains cross over top, singeing a little bit of your hair. You watch it fall forward in front of you, but out of the way. That is going to end our turn. V, you're up. What would you like to do? Tristan, you're on deck.
Panic. V will... Okay, spatially, is there a way that she can, like, get in between this person and Scrump, or is she already there?
Scrump is off to the side at this point. It's you in front of the lady in chains. Yep.
15 feet, like, around, are there... Okay, the hype train is crazy. Y'all are crazy.
D-Town, you're a mad lad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you beautiful bastard.
Oh, gosh. Okay. 15 feet. Is it clear around her? 15-foot cube from her?
Sorry, 15 feet cube. It's in a circle around you. So there's roughly about a 30-foot circle around you at this point.
No, I'm asking for an area effect of the spell. My spell is 15-foot cube from me. So I'm asking in that 15-foot cube.
She would definitely be within that range.
Right, but not Tristan or Scrump.
They are also, Tristan and Jed are within the range. Scrump is out of the way.
One day I'm going to get to use my spells, guys. One day.
One day.
And no one else is around her, so I don't have advantage on anything. Fucking great. V will, I guess, at third level, cast Dissonant Whispers. She will focus. And you'll just see like that dark purple glow come from out of her, and swirling around the chain lady in front of her, you'll just hear really terrible sounds of V playing the triangle.
Okay.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Yeah, and
what is her wisdom? That's a 13.
Oh my god, and I cast it at level 3! That's so exciting! Okay, hold on. Oh my god. Y'all, my spells are actually working today. Okay, hold on. That's 5d6, just want to say.
Okay.
21. Woo! 21 points of psychic damage. And they must immediately use their reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into a dangerous ground, fire, or a pit. They just move as far as possible away from me.
Okay,
which
fair
will
enough.
present an opportunity attack.
Amazing. All right, in that case, you watch as V begins to spin around for a moment as the sound of the triangle once again reverberates throughout. You watch as the notes or the flow of the music starts to make its way towards the towards the lady in chains. However, as it's about to strike, you hear a familiar sound.
No! Dave! Come on!
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I just wanted to work once!
Maybe when you don't have a spell eater that you're standing in front of.
We all saw it.
You
Okay,
literally all saw it,
on
yeah.
the dice.
It would have been so cool. All right. Well, we will. Fine. God damn it. All right. V will look at Jed and she will say, "Try teleporting now. Try it now." You know what? Fuck it. This is so inappropriate, but whatever. V will cast Bardic Inspiration!
Jesus Christ.
You are going to die.
If you're gonna die, you might as well be flirting while you do it. I mean, come on.
No, don't do what you do best.
Oh, this one's gonna be a doozy, so, shit. All right. V will cast Bardic Inspiration, and she will target. Fuck. She'll target Tristan. She will target Tristan.
I love how you call it targeting. I'm gonna target Tristan.
That's what it is.
It really is.
Okay, here we go. V will look at Tristan, and she will make eye contact, and she'll say, "If you were a fart, I'd..." Sorry.
Wow, where is this going? I don't. Please continue.
Oh,
Go on. If you were a fart.
Okay, I'm crying. Okay.
Power through it. You got this.
Ooh, okay.
If you were a fart.
I regret coming back.
I regret running this channel.
Oh, yeah.
I regret ever learning D&D.
I regret being the target.
Okay. If you were a fart, shit. Okay. If you were a fart.
If you were a fart shit?
Really?
Really?
So hard.
Well,
Please don't talk. Okay.
this joke's getting messy.
All right. Okay, I'm going. This is happening this time. If you were a fart.
Okay. You have 30 seconds to get this out, okay? You have 30 seconds.
I just think the ladies just like keep looking at her like, what's saying?
If it helps, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes.
Okay. I think I just need to block out everybody. Okay. If you were a fart, I'd clench my cheek so hard just to make sure I'd never let you go.
That didn't get better by finishing it.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I don't think they're getting out.
That's it.
I
Nope.
think that part of the party's
Machine
done.
explodes, you're all dead. End of campaign, that's it. Machine blows up, you're all dead. That's it. Done. You're done. You're done. It's
Congratulations,
all
Bassels.
over.
We're
You're
the
all
only
dead.
survivors.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, high five for us. We survived, and everyone died from bardic inspiration. Amazing.
We were having such a good,
Christ.
adorable episode, and then
Yeah, here comes the dark hearts. All right. We're back on track.
I quit.
I just imagine Jet just stands up, says, "Just take me back to jail.
Yeah.
I'm good. This torture is way worse."
So just to be fair to Grimoire, can I cast Hellish
crying.
Rebuke?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Tristan,
Alright, that's
Tristan will look at me and he will say, "Thanks, babe. Me too."
You guys are weird. I hear you over there. You're weird.
Don't die.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I hate all of you.
It's fair.
That's just how it is. Guys, thank you so much for the hype train. That was crazy. That was crazy. And I'm sorry
Keeping us
for
grounded.
what you're watching. More than a little, Rachel. More than a little. All right. Well, Tristan, you get a
That ends my
D6.
turn.
Congratulations.
D8.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Great. Thanks.
Oh, nice date.
Mhm.
So, do I need the D8 to TP out?
To teleport out? No, not at all.
Is using the ring an action?
It is a bonus action.
It is a bonus action. So as an action, I will cast Eldritch Blast twice into the sphere, just to help it out.
Into what, sorry?
Nice.
We'll push
The
over the
sphere.
edge.
The
Oh,
ring.
into the sphere. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you cast your Eldritch Blast into it, it easily burns away the webbings that are inside of it. However, one of the rings now cracks off of the axle. You watch as it stops, and there seems to be a pulsating light directly in the center, still hovering around the center. It begins to glow and pulsate wider and wider. Tristan, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yep. See you on the other side. And go.
All right. And with that,
No.
Tristan vanishes.
Fucking hell.
Hey, I was the last one on the on the initiative list. I'm going.
I won't get another turn.
As Tristan disappears, Jed kind of looks around shocked and looks over at V. V, we gotta get out of here. And he vanishes from sight.
Nice.
Sick.
Grump, you and I, let's go.
Scrump,
Where are
you're
we
up. What would
going?
you like to do?
And Scrump's gonna be like, "Ah, damn it, I knew there was supposed to be dinner. We're not gonna get it because everything's blowing up." And then that like alone causes him to think of home, and he's gonna teleport out.
Okay. Scrump all of a sudden disappears. Lady in Change begins to wail in anger. No! No! You are staying with me, as she lashes out her chains once more. And V, I need you to make either an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
Neither are great. I will take a acrobatics check then.
Okay.
Come on, V.
I rolled a 14. Well, no, sorry, I rolled a 10. My acrobatics is 4, so 14.
14. You try to dodge out of the way once again as the chains fly over towards you. And you feel them wrap. You feel yourself being pulled closer and closer to the lady in chains. She grabs you by your neck and pulls you in close. You thought you'd get away? And her voice drowns out as the machine beside you explodes. But that, my friends, is going to be a story for another day.
Oh! Oh my god!
You gotta wait a week for that.
Oh,
Can we get a jigsaw puzzle of me in the shop?
oh my god!
With
Damn.
Basil just sitting there at home, going and watching everyone. It's like, oh, we all made it. Thank God. Where's V? And just this severed finger teleports in.
With the ring.
Found her.
Oh my god. If those are V's last words, I don't know.
That's your own fault.
But it was worth it, right?
100%. If we just sabotaged this thing and blew it up,
I had
100%
enough.
you're
I had
worth
enough.
your horrible death.
No more bardic inspirations. I'll just blow you up. It's fine. Everything's fine. Last
Oh my
time,
God.
guys, quick announcement. Last
What a
time
hanger.
a bard will ever be seen at this table. It's never happening again. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Who knows? Who knows
Is
what's
it a
going to
bad
happen
time to
for
also
next week?
mention that? Is it a bad time to mention that she has the black book?
Yeah, I know. It's a problem. Yep.
Who's better alive?
So, Dave, can I take levels of wizard?
I mean, maybe one day. Maybe one day.
My God.
Fair.
Whew. Well, that was fun. That was a fun episode, guys. Thank you so much for the insane hype train that you let go. There was a whole bunch of chaos happening. We really do appreciate it. And hey, hopefully you enjoyed yourself this evening. I know it was a little railroady at times, but at the same time, you know, it's I was allowed this time. I allowed myself from last week. And who knows where we are going to go. Lots more stress. Yeah, OG. There's going to be a lot of stress between now and next week. That was a good cliffhanger. I felt it. I felt it in my perennium. Is that what it's called? My
Jesus.
perennium? No? No?
I think it's perennium.
Are we doing an after party tonight? Are we gonna go hang out? We'll go hang out for a little bit. We'll go hang out for a little bit. If you're in our Discord already, come and join us. We're gonna be hanging out there for a little bit. If not, then you're gonna miss the party. To all of those listening on podcast, on YouTube, all those kind of things, thank you so very much. Consider following and subscribing if you've liked the content that you've seen up until this point. And come join us on Twitch, because all of the Tripper fam hangs out there, and you can't see it, but there's walls of chat with cool people you can come and talk to whenever you want. But with that said, I think we're going to end up for the evening. Someone buy me some time. Need to do the
I have
things.
something to say.
Do your thing.
So to buy some time while Dave looks for the raid, for everyone on podcasts and YouTube and here on Twitch, guess what? We're nominated at the Crit Awards. Why am I telling you this? Hell yeah. Why am I telling you this? Because we need you to be able to win, to take us home. How do you do that? There's a link. I'll put it in the YouTube video. It'll be in the podcast description. And you just have to go and click for Careful Cantrip. We're nominated for 2 things. We're nominated for Best Overlay and also Best Villain, Nightmare King. What? Also, our lovely friend Dag is nominated for Best Paizo or Pathfinder GM. So also make sure to put in a vote for him when you go through the list.
Do it.
And I think it's going to be streamed at Gen Con too, so you guys will be able to watch.
Wait, it's
which
streamed
is so
at
awesome.
Gen Con?
Yeah.
The awards is going to be streamed at Gen Con.
Yes.
That's dope.
It's
I
going to
didn't
be
even know
streamed
that.
from
That's
Gen
dope.
Con.
Yeah, sorry, from Gen Con.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever. That
yeah.
works.
Yeah, so you'll be able to watch and see. So we need your help to vote. So send the link to your mom, your grandma, your dad, your great-great-grandpa,
Them
your
too.
children,
Yep.
people who don't even know us. Just vouch for us so that we can win, because that'd be awesome.
Please validate us. Please, dear God, validate us. Please,
We
please.
need
We
it
work
so
so hard. Please, someone,
Please
someone
tell my
notice it.
dad.
Please.
You tell my dad.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Okay.
with that said, we are going to raid out for the evening. If someone could throw our raid message down in chat, that'd be lovely. We're going to go hang out with our friends over at Art Heart Studio for a little bit before we go jump into Discord. Great group of people, very supportive over here. Love them to death over there. Give them a follow. Check it out. If you like our stuff, you're probably going to like their stuff as well. So just following's for free. Just do it. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. I do it. I dare you. I dare you. Anyway. But with that said, before we leave you for the evening, to all the adventurers out there, whether finding yourself with familiar faces, chained up in a strange cell with all odds against you, or if the universe happens to love you and gives you an out of jail free card, I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. Guys, we love all your faces. We'll see you in the next one. Come by tomorrow. I'm taking over. I'm gonna have a special guest. It's super awesome.
Mhm.
Love all your faces. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.